What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Talking Elite Fitness. I'm Sean Woodland, joined by Lauren Khalil and Tommy Marquez, who are down in beautiful Southern California at at their lodging accommodations, getting set for TYR Wodapalooza SoCal. How was the trip? Because I know you two drove down from Northern California. It's about what, like a 6-hour drive? You drove down from Northern California today.
We did. It was quite the drive. So Lauren hasn't been to really anywhere outside of what LA, parts of LA just for events here.
Yeah.
And so she hasn't really seen any of the state. So she
Mhm.
flew up into NorCal yesterday. We all grabbed coffee.
Yep.
Sean enlightened us on the Shakerado from Blue Bottle Coffee, and then
Man,
Delicious. Need it every day.
at whatever, like it's expensive as hell too. Like
yeah,
it's
Yeah.
bad
and then
ordering that, but
and then we drove to Salinas. Lauren stayed with us, and then we drove down.
I had homemade enchiladas, by
Mm.
the way.
How'd that go?
Oh my god. My
Right.
life has changed. I'll never eat another enchilada unless it's from Mr. and Mrs.
And
Marquez.
we do New Mexico style, so it's a little bit different.
So
Stacked
good.
instead of rolled. We do fried eggs on top,
Mhm.
the whole
Mhm.
shebang. And then we drove down, and we didn't go the 5-way, just because
Oh,
that's
so you took a little bit longer then.
we did. We went through
'Cause that
slow.
drive is boring.
Oh man, it's awful.
This one was not. This one was beautiful.
Yeah, so
101 is like the coast is nice, but is that what you did 101 or did you
Yeah,
do
we did 101 to Slow,
okay,
and then we stopped and got tri-tip sandwiches,
Mm.
and then
nice.
and then we went like, where it basically merges with one there, and we went through Santa Barbara, down like Ventura,
Mhm.
Malibu, all that. Went through Oxnard, where our football
Yep.
teams do
Dallas
training
Cowboys
camp.
training camp. Yeah.
Yeah, the Rams do it too, right?
Yeah,
They
they're in
switch.
Woodland Hills now.
Yep.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
so
great.
it was nice, and then it's funny because she was not used to all the different terrains that California has to offer,
No,
Mhm.
I was not.
and she's like, "Oh, this is all great. This is great. This is great." And then we get into LA, and the traffic starts. And we're like,
Yep.
"And this is why it sucks."
I
Yeah.
listen, I love California. I love living here. I was born here, raised here. But I tell you what, our state flag, you should take the bear off of the state flag and put an illuminated brake light on it because it's I mean, it's bad.
Oh,
It's
that's great.
nowhere is it worse than Southern California. It's bad up here in the Bay Area too, but
Oh man, it is.
it is not like Los Angeles traffic. That is
I'm gonna
absolutely
adjust our
brutal.
framing
So, but
just a
I'm
little
glad
bit.
that
Yeah.
I'm glad you two made it safely. So while Tommy's adjusting his camera, I want to thank our sponsor for today. One of our sponsors for today. This episode is brought to you by our friends at Box Basics, your ultimate online store for cross-training shoes. Right now, you can get a sweet 20% discount off of everything. Just head to
Oh yeah.
shopboxbasics.com. Use our code TEF. Box Basics has a killer selection of shoes like Nike, TYR, Strike Movement, Reebok, and more. Plus, they offer fast and free shipping across the United States and
From two amazing people.
super easy returns and exchanges. Their customer service is incredible. They're actually real people. Yes, based right here in the United States with over 500,000 orders shipped since 2013. They absolutely have you covered. And I told you, man, like Steven and Justin are just fantastic people. And if you have an issue, they will
Customer
probably answer,
service.
they will probably answer the phone personally. They might deliver your replacement item to you at your door, come into your house, make you dinner, make you feel at home in your own house. Good they are. And if
They'll
you
tuck you in.
they will probably tuck you in,
Maybe read you a bedtime story.
all of that
And
stuff, just to make whatever was not right with your order right, just to make you happy. That's the
They
kind of
gave me a handwritten note.
they yeah, they got
There's
I gotta say
something about
they're
that.
fantastic human beings. So if you want to
Mhm.
support good people doing great work, shopboxbasics.com. Use the code TEF for 20% off. The sale ends soon. So gear up with Box Basics. The code is TEF. Get your gear before the deal is done. All right.
yep, and they just restocked the Nike Metcon 1
Those are
OGs.
amazing, by the
Mm.
way.
Yes, they just restocked. They sold out quick, and then they did a
Mhm.
restock. So if you're
Get
listening,
them while they're hot.
watching, they're probably going to sell out again. Otherwise, you cut off.
Yep. TEF is the code. 20% off of those things. Are fantastic. Okay. Well, as you know, we actually have some competition to talk about. There hasn't
Mhm.
been a ton really of news. Kind of all has been quiet with the major stuff going on that we've been spending a lot of time talking about with CrossFit. So we're just going to take a break from that. and we're going to focus on competition because TYR Wodapalooza SoCal is starting on Friday. We're recording this late Wednesday night on the 18th. It starts on the 20th. The marquee attraction is that new team format, Team North America versus Team World. So what we're going to do here is we're going to preview day one because we'll have a recap and sort of a preview podcast every night from Southern California. Obviously, the three of us will be on site. We'll be walking around during the day. We got some stuff, got some things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Some stuff over here.
we'll be giving out some goodies.
Yeah, got
all
goodies.
weekend. A ton of goodies,
And if you're good at trivia, you might win extra goodies.
Yes, including stuff from our friends at Box Basics. So
on CrossFit Jeopardy that I am not. And if I have to buzz in, I'm not good at it. I know the answers, but I'm just not good at it. Yeah, it's bad. So we're going to take a look at the first three events that take place on Friday, and we're going to have a little fun and just speculate
who
might be going up against each other in these events. Because what I love about this format, and if you've just fallen out of a tree or you've been hiding under a rock somewhere, is that these are two teams of 8 people, and they are going to have, I think, 11 total events, maybe 10. I can't remember. It's 10 or 11 total events through 3 days, and they will vary from Miami teams of 3, games teams of 4. They'll have pairs. I think they'll have mixed gendered pairs. They'll have individuals. They'll have a captain's matchup. I think it's going to be fantastic. It's all going to be, well, I think most of it's going to be broadcast live. There's also going to be a reps ahead event on Saturday. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So this is going to be a really cool weekend of competition. And the good thing about this is that in the past, if you've tuned in to watch a CrossFit competition or anything like Wodapalooza or anything like that in the past, it takes all day. Like there's a lot going on. That is not the case here. These broadcast windows are pretty tight. They're like 2-3 hours at the most. So this is like you're going to watch a football game or a baseball game, and then you're done for the day. So you don't have to take a 9-hour journey into the weekend abyss to watch all the action, which is, I think, fantastic. Made for TV. We're really looking forward to seeing how this plays out. So let's look at the first event here. I'll pop this up on the screen. We're going to go off the TYR Wodapalooza website. So the first one is, it's a 4-time workout with teams of 4, 2 men, 2 women. So this is a game style team. 4 rounds, 18 synchro chest to bars, a handstand O course. It's you go, I go type thing. So it's like you go, you got to finish the whole thing. Next person goes. 12 synchro kettlebell deadlifts at 124 pounds and 88 pounds. Man, that's hefty. A 24/18 calorie echo bike. So all 4 team members have to complete that at the same time. 12 synchro kettlebell deadlifts, and then the handstand walk course. Again, you go, I go. So that'll be the final part, be a good race there. And the time cap is 22 minutes. Now, the way this is scored is that the winning team will get 1 point. All right. Okay, Tommy, let's play coach and Lauren.
Oh, I'm ready.
Start with Team North America, because I think for Team North America, that for the
Are you starting?
I'll throw out for Team North America, I'm going to lead with Danielle Brandon.
Has to be.
And Ariel Lowen. I mean, to me, that's just.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, who would you go with?
Alexis Raptis.
Really?
She just made an error the last time on her hands at semifinals, but she should have won that event.
Ooh.
Okay, so you're going Brandon and Raptis. That would be your choice.
Brandon and Raptis.
All right, Tommy.
But honestly, I would say Brandon, Raptis, and Ariel Lowen are probably the 3 best handstand walkers on the women's field altogether.
Well, then would we come down to the other movements in there?
Yeah, but to me, the handstand walk is going to be the make or break.
Okay. So I'm going. All right, you're going.
I think you're right there. I think the handstand walk is the potential limiting movement here. Let me find it. I just want to see the flow of it again. Oh, I got it now. Yeah. You go, I go. Synchro. Yep. Everybody. Okay. Interesting.
Okay, so who do you know? You're going to throw out there for the women for North America, Tommy?
Yeah, I might actually. I might go Ariel and Danielle for this one, and maybe save Alexis, because now we got to look at like managing pieces throughout the weekend.
I don't think there's a rule as far as like I don't think there is any kind of rule against you have to use a certain amount of people a certain amount of time. I don't think that.
Oh, okay.
But as to Tommy's point,
So you couldn't leave somebody, like, on reserve, like, "Oh, you've done 4 workouts, you can't do any more than that."
yes, like I would like to see that actually implemented because I think it adds.
Yeah,
Like you can only use,
I think it
there's,
adds more strategy.
Yeah.
so like if there's, for example, if there's two uh 4-person events,
Mhm,
like you can't use the same combination both times,
Mm.
which is something I'd like to see. But okay, so Tommy and I are going Lowen and Brandon.
mhm.
You want Lowen and Raptus.
No, 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 Brandon and
Right,
Raptus.
Brandon and
Yep,
Raptus.
yep.
Okay, then for the men for North America, I'm gonna go, man, the bike in there makes me want to put Dallin Pepper in,
He's good on his hands.
but
Yep.
I might go Vellner and Medeiros.
Is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got Dallin, and then my second one was between Jeff and Medeiros, but I think Jeff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know how you go wrong with any of these guys.
Yeah.
Vellner's good on his hands, really good at deadlift and
Mhm.
like the
Yeah.
kettlebell deadlift bike. I don't think that's gonna be too much of an issue. Um I'm thinking about because what's coming later.
Team North America's loaded, man.
I know.
I think you go so for the Miami team style, it has to be same gender trios,
Yes.
and you're gonna send one same gender trio out.
Yes, the men
I
go
would
head-to-head, the women go head-to-head.
yeah, I would uh
And the way I understand it now, I don't have this confirmed, but the way I understand it for those events where there's like 2 heats, it's the total combined time for the entire team.
yep.
Mhm.
So the men could go out and crush it, but then then the women could add of the other team that lost could actually make up that deficit and they could actually win. So,
So I would go Dallin and Medeiros there.
okay, I like that too.
And I want yeah, yeah,
Okay.
because yeah, I'll just say that for now.
All right, let's go to Team World. We'll start with the women.
That's
Okay.
So this one, I mean, Tia Toomey gonna earn her money. Like how do you not put her out there for
you
this?
have to like it's like we used to joke in Pacific Rim and like all the
Yeah.
like the manga and like anime. It's like, oh,
Mhm.
we're out of options except for
The
the
best
best one, and then like it's the one that turns the tide. We win the fight. It's
Mhm.
like no, you put you put Godzilla out there with radioactive charge
Yeah,
breath like from the start, and you move it quick. Now
yeah.
you could argue that like traditionally like upside down on her hands hasn't been the best thing for Tia,
Mhm.
but I think she'll be just fine.
Yes.
Like
And I mean, as far as the women go, to pair with her,
Emma Tall.
probably go Emma Tall.
Yeah, those would be my 2.
Yeah, Tommy.
yeah, I think it really comes down to who do you not Gracie's really good at burpees later. You're gonna use that. Sarah's really good. Okay. Yeah, you probably go with your two most accomplished athletes up to this point.
The men are a tougher question for me though, because to I look at the synchro chest to bar pull-ups, and I don't know if I want Brent Fikowski doing synchro chest to bar pull-ups with anybody out there because he's so much taller.
Yeah,
Guy?
I think that's why you do Emma for the women because her upper body pulling strength is so good that her and Tia can rip that first portion.
Yeah.
I'd probably go Tall and Toomey. I'd probably go BKG and Akai probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Guy is really skilled. This is going to be more sprinty.
Guy's got an event later on that you got to like. I
Yeah,
think
oh,
Guy
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
is,
Yeah.
that's a no-brainer.
You're like, don't worry, big fella.
We'll tag you
We're gonna
in.
let you eat.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can see BKA and Annual going for that one.
Mhm.
Alright.
Yeah, I dig that.
Okay.
Something about it's tough because like Brent's really good at his hands, but
Mhm.
his length, his lever length and synchro stuff isn't as great.
Yeah. That's the thing. I kind of want to, for especially for those for the chest of bars, because that
Mhm.
we've seen that in the past. That gets out of whack pretty easily.
So I might actually switch and go. I might actually switch and go BK and Gi here
Okay.
because for the Miami team,
Hmm.
I might leave Gi off of that one
Mm.
and save him for
Yeah.
the great Hambino home run swing for
Shot.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's event one. We'll go to event
Okay.
two. So event two is now this is going to be teams of three, same gender. So you're going to have two heats of this. What you're going to do is
So everybody has to do it,
everyone,
is what
well,
you're saying.
six people on
Wait.
the team.
No. Yep. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So two people will be left out. You're going to start with 24 alternating wall walks. So I think it's like you do one, the next person does one, next person does one. That's the way I understand it. I don't think it's like you, you can't
Are
like,
you
I couldn't do
Oh,
three
never
and
mind.
tag someone out. It's like I think you have to do one at a time.
Okay.
And then 3 rounds of you bring the worm out, 18 worm push press, 12 worm squats, 6 worm thrusters. And then you go back, you do 18 alternating wall walks, then you do 2 rounds of the same rep on the worm, 18 worm push press, 12 worm squats, 6 worm thrusters. Then back for 12 alternating wall walks, and then one final round of the 18, 12, and the 6. So these are teams of 3 now. So let's go back to North America.
Mhm.
This is where it gets tough for the women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the women. Um, I think Raptis.
I think you have to send Raptis out for. This is where I think North America isn't quite as good because they don't have a clear lifter that can go up and put.
In this
But
event?
no,
Later.
like for later, right? Like they don't have a lifter that can go toe to toe with Tia. No one,
I
like
think
very few, is.
Yeah.
I think Alexis
Oh,
is the best lifter of
yeah,
the
I was
group.
gonna say that too.
So you put Danielle, Ariel, and Emily in this team of 3 here.
Okay. All right. So you're keeping Alexis fresh.
Yes, and you also have like a little bit taller, longer athletes in Danielle and Emily that'll match up on the worm
Mhm.
movements.
Okay. I like that. All right. So you're
Um,
going Brandon, Rolf,
Lowen.
Lowen. Okay.
And wait, so we didn't use Alexis earlier, right?
I did, but you
You
guys
did.
didn't.
So
Yeah.
This would for us. This would be if we were coaching this. And I think I'm with you on that one. After you got through that rationale, it makes sense that you're going to put Alexis on the heavy one
um,
later.
so then maybe that would mean I would flip flop Ariel and Alexis in the first one. So Alexis gets to do the first workout
Okay.
since it was a toss up. She sits out the second one, does the third one. Ariel does it with Danielle.
Okay.
Emily hits the team workout
All right.
with this one because there's going to be some of the longer ones that like there's one coming later on in the weekend that I know like Emily Rolfe is going to crush.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. So for the men for North America, I might go Pepper, Adler, and maybe Vellner again.
That was my thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Um, you use the 2/3 of the Canadian PB and J, and then I think um, Pepper holds on for like he's also like a little bit taller too, so I think he lines up well with
Yeah.
those guys for that 3, and I think they'll manhandle that worm.
But who do you guys think should be lifting later?
I think
Adler.
Adler should. I think
Okay.
Adler should do the clean and jerk.
Yeah. He'll have a chance. um,
So then you'll have him on this one and then that later?
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
didn't do the earlier one.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
Okay. Then we go to Team World. So let's start with the women for them. I mean, Toomey, you're out there.
Yep.
Uh, man, let's
So
see.
she's gonna do all 3?
No.
Mm,
Yeah, this is where you go Emma. This is where you go Emma, Gracie, and
Sahar.
Sarah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I can buy that. I think just, when you have someone that good, it's like, how do you not put her out there?
Yeah.
But in a team of 3, it's obviously especially on that worm, it's a different story.
Mhm.
Okay. So we're gonna go Sayer, Gracie, and Emma.
Mhm. And
All right.
Y'all, BKG, and
And
Brent.
correct me if I'm wrong. Hold on. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. I have
Yeah.
a
All right. So
thought.
BKG, Fikowski, but Fikowski on that worm, which is going to be hilarious with the
He's pretty good
At
though.
least he's got experience
He's
now.
really good at like, I mean, he was a part of that PB&J team that
Yeah.
did a really
Yeah.
good job of managing.
All
I
right.
think in a worm he'll be able to communicate well.
Okay. So we'll go BKG, Fikowski, and Akai.
Yep.
We're
Mhm.
saving Gee just as Pat used to say,
Save him.
Yep.
breaking Mongo out of his cage and letting him.
And let him hit his deadlift is what Pat said.
Yeah. Well, that's the, and again, going back to what we talked about at the beginning with the format, that's what makes this so cool is that
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
got that guy that you're going to roll out there and be like, this is our dude.
Yep.
Yep.
This is why he's on the team because we know he can score some points here for us. You're gonna have to
Mhm.
use him elsewhere, but yeah. All right. That was pretty straightforward. Okay, let's go to now.
And I
Event 3.
and this is also why I was leaving Tia. I think I was okay with leaving Tia off the Miami team 3. She hasn't done the Wodapalooza in the team format, at least as far as I recall, because she did the individual versions in 2019 and 2020 when it was a sanctional qualifier,
Okay.
but she hasn't done like the team of 3 style
Yeah.
competition as much.
All right.
She was on the invitational team, but it's a little different.
Okay. All right. Before we get to the final event, we want to thank our other sponsor for today, and that is Thirdsy, the
Mm.
PM recovery collagen drink that is just a staple of our routines, especially at times like this when we're on the road. We need to get good quality sleep. Thirdsy is it's a recovery collagen protein that you drink before you go to bed. It'll help you get to sleep faster, helps you wake up feeling more rested. It has L-theanine, it has magnesium, it has GABA. That's all designed to help you calm your central nervous system, help you get to sleep faster, sleep longer, and sleep better. And it doesn't have melatonin in it, so it is non-habit forming, and it tastes fantastic. In fact, right when we're done with this, I'm going to go slam my Thirdsy and
Mhm.
be ready to
We got our travel packs.
get ready for my long 1 hour flight tomorrow afternoon and down to Huntington Beach. But
Easy.
you guys can go to thirdsy.com. You can use our code TEF and you will save 20% on your order and you will improve your sleep and your recovery. This stuff is, I mean, I keep saying it. I know I sound like a broken record. Absolute game changer, has made a huge difference for me as far as, my daily routine is concerned. I still don't get enough sleep, but the sleep I get is of much higher quality than it used to be. And I feel good. Like I can get up at 4 in the morning and I can go work out. So it's nice. And I can feel good throughout the rest of the day. Thirdsy, they got you covered. Thirdsy.com. The code is TEF. Okay, let's get now to the final event of day number 1. And this one is going to be event 3 for total combined load, a 1 rep max snatch and a 1 rep max clean and jerk. So this is for total combined load, 1
Ooh-wee.
male and 1 female for each team. So each athlete will have 3 attempts at completing the heaviest successful snatch and then 3 attempts at the heaviest successful clean and jerk. Each athlete will have 45 seconds lifting window to perform their lifts. The score is the accumulated total of their heaviest successful lifts of both the male and female athletes per team. Okay, so if you're the world team, you're rolling Toomey and Kimajeros out there and
Mhm.
like, come
You
get it.
Yeah,
No question.
yeah. You pull out the you pull out both Stormbreaker and Mjolnir out side
Yeah,
by side and then double charge up and you have some fun.
yeah.
That's I mean, you have, the most accomplished female lifter in the sport and
Mhm.
I mean, arguably the best male lifter in the sport, like
And
hands
here's the
down.
thing too. This is gonna be at night. It's gonna be out there it's gonna be freaking awesome.
Under the
Under the light,
lights.
on the beach. Like this is
Oh.
like again, I can't I don't wanna overstate this, but I really feel like this event, TYR Wodapalooza SoCal, if this goes well, which I think it will, like I'm just talking about this is jazzing me up for it, will have a huge effect on the team competition landscape moving forward.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As it should, because new life needs to be injected into that format, and this is the absolute way to do it. So we're gonna have Toomey and Majeros for the world team. That's a
Mhm.
no-brainer. And then I think for North America, you got to roll Adler out there if you're gonna have any
Jeff and Alexis.
Yep.
and Alexis Raptis.
Yep.
Yeah, I
And,
feel confident with those 4.
and yeah, are they scoring this combined weight for total combined weight for
Ye
one event?
Yep.
So yeah, if that's the case, you
Cumulative
got
total of their heaviest successful lifts.
yeah. If you got a that yeah, and there's going to be some gamesmanship, right? Like
Mhm.
because especially as you get to the clean and jerk, because they're going to have a decent. You never know, but
What?
this is what's interesting for me, right? Because like we rarely get to see Guy like truly test his 1 rep max,
Yeah,
Mm,
and I don't know if that'll be the case here
depending on what
because
he needs.
yeah, he's gonna both him and Tia will be able to kind of adjust accordingly.
yeah.
I don't know if it's hard to know where Tia has been with heavy snatching because of the de Courvaine's syndrome that she had in her wrist.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
don't know if she's gone as heavy overhead
That's
in
a
those
good point.
positions. Yeah, and so there may be some. I mean, you can't really even say timid because like when Tia gets out on the competition floor, she attacks and she has that one speed. But I think this is where that's one of the things that could add some intrigue to it. Also, you trust that like obviously Tia has lifted in the 3 lift format for snatch and clean and jerk at the Olympics, so
Yeah.
she
Mm.
understands managing that and the back and forth that can happen. Obviously, Guy is one of. I mean, how many times have you seen Guy miss a high end, high percentage lift in competition?
Never.
That's the thing,
Never.
right? So
He doesn't
the window
miss.
for mistakes in not taking full advantage of the 3 attempts is very small for as far as North America is concerned. So I think that while it might be a little bit closer than expected, I think if North America lifts really well, man, I'd be really interested to see how far Guy pushes it,
Yeah.
specifically
Mhm.
knowing that they might have a lead. Even talking to him, he's like, I don't know. I've had multiple interviews behind the scenes where he's like, I'm not really sure what my true 1 rep
Yeah.
max is. You know?
He's never I mean,
How can you be that strong and not be like, "Hey, coach, can I, like, max out?"
well, who was he head to head with that year is Royce Dunn, and Royce
Royce
just it
Dunn.
was a
Oh,
quick
yeah, yeah.
matter of time before we got to, like,
Oh,
it
dude,
was
it was
almost
hilarious too.
inevitable there.
Like Royce knew what was happening, right? He's
Yeah.
like, he's like, he's like, I'm the last, my little king on the
Yeah, he was
chessboard.
moving all over the board.
Yep, and I'm just kind of
Running
hopping
away.
one at a time, and he's got a rook and a bishop and the queen and the
Uh-huh.
king, and they're just like collapsing in on me,
Mhm.
and this is inevitable. But
Well,
um,
here's a hypothetical for you. If
Okay.
you couldn't put Toomey out there for the world team, who do you put out?
That's a good question. Let me look at it.
Emma Tall?
mm, maybe Sarah Kaya.
Kaya? Yeah. I remember her doing really well
I
at
want to say she's got a 245 ish, maybe more clean and jerk.
Mm.
and it might not matter because Guy might give you a big enough lead that you just need someone
Oh,
out there to
it
knock.
really kind of because it's not just like you have your 1 rep max like in the gym too. You can take
Yeah.
multiple attempts. It's who can get to like given the warm up time and depending on how the warm up corral is. Like, what's the time from the warm up area? If you're going to corral a certain way, what's the distance between when you're done with your last warm up and you actually get to hit a weight on the floor? And
Mhm.
what's the prep time there? Some athletes are different and like they can get there quick
Mhm.
and they can hit a high percentage right away. Some athletes are a little bit slower burn in that, so you don't see them take as big of aggressive swings on that.
Here's going to be something. I don't think I'm giving away state secrets here, but what's going to be fun to watch here is that, first of all, in that 45-second window, they can make more than one attempt. Their
Oh,
teammates are going to be out there with them, helping them change their weights.
Oh, that's
NASCAR
nice.
pit crew.
Yeah, if you are Guy Majeros and you just groove one really easily, and you've got 30 seconds left, and you're feeling good in that window,
Yeah,
you can slap another couple plates on there and go at it again.
I like
Interesting.
that.
I
It's gonna
want
be
to.
cool to watch. I love that dynamic of the teammates being out there with them, helping them change weights, and
Mhm.
giving that immediate feedback. Like, that's gonna be really cool. And I think this is just a home run that they're ending with this,
Mm.
on
That's a
Friday
great
night
first day.
under lights, like, just yeah. Alright, so we got so perfect world, we have Guy and Toomey going up against Adler and Raptis.
Mhm.
Yeah, perfect world. I would love because in a weightlifting format, right? When you declare a weight, And
Mhm.
this one, I'm sure it's just like you go, you go, you go,
Yeah.
you go, like conga line style. Uh, in a weightlifting meet, you can declare your weight and you can go back and redeclare, and that shuffles the order of who has to go,
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I would love
Next
for
time.
it if it were a
Yeah.
little bit closer for Guy to hold like another like 15, 20 pounds in his back pocket and be like, nope, I'm gonna redeclare and jump to the back, forcing like someone like Adler to hit his glass clean and jerk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then we get that like pressure from Guy actually having to back up that weight jump, right? Because
Yeah,
sometimes when people make that weight jump,
it screws them.
that forces another athlete to go heavier. The athlete misses, and the original weight that they had was good enough to secure the medal for them. It's like that little jockeying that you get,
Yeah.
and it would be great to see, someone answer the bell and then force Guy to like, I don't know, have to do like a 405 clean and jerk, right? To like beat Jack
Yeah.
Farlow, or even in the snatch event, like get to Tola's competition snatch record, or like those type of numbers going up would be,
That would be
if
really
you're talking
cool.
about a first year event that's really trying to establish themselves in a unique format, seeing a record
Would be
and
cool.
would
Yeah.
be very nice.
Yeah, I think that I get where you're coming from there. I think that would be awesome. But just for this one, 45 seconds and you have your whole team out there to figure out what you're gonna do. And
Mhm.
then that's gonna be a lot of fun to watch how that plays
Mhm.
out. But I do like that. If you had more people in it, like to declare, like let's say you had a team of 3 and they all had to declare your weights, and then it was one of those things, and it's the last person standing.
Yeah.
Anyway, that'd be cool. All
God,
right, let's
can you imagine, like, I don't know, any one of the athletes lifting, like, little, like, fights and locks it out, and their team's just, like, right beside them, like,
yeah,
"Ah."
that's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so cool. Obviously, there's gonna be a designated area where they have to stand during the lift, I think, because of safety purposes. But
Sure.
Mhm.
all right, well, let's go. Let's try to pick this. Let's go back to event one. Who do the 4 rounds for time? This is going to be game style teams, 2 men, 2 women. The synchro chest to bar pull ups, handstand walkout course, synchro kettlebell deadlifts, echo bike calories, synchro kettlebell deadlifts, handstand walkout course. I think at the end of the day here, I think North America is probably going to be up 2-1
After for
after
the
day
first
one.
day.
I think they take the first 2. I think World comes back and takes
Yes.
the third one.
I I think I think the you start with a North America win, you end with a world win, and I think the one in the middle is a bit of a toss up.
Mm.
Because that one is where, and again,
Yeah,
I'm
the worm one.
I think it's total time. It's not, you don't, like, if the women win, they get a point, the men win, they get a point.
Yep.
It's the total time for each. Yeah, I think that's a little bit of a toss up, but
It's
I
more of an unknown because we don't know how, like, the specific athletes are
yeah.
together with communication like that.
Let me just say this. I don't think it's going to be 3-0 at the end of one for either team.
No.
No.
I think, I think 2-1 North America is probably where if, I
I
had
would not
no money, that's where
I
I'm going.
would not be surprised if the world team stole the middle event. Like
No, that's a toss up for sure.
just snuck one in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make it super interesting. But I'm going 2-1 North America end of day one.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oof. Yeah.
All right.
That's the this format is so fascinating because
I
I'm
love it. I
just
love it.
it's like there are combinations of athletes that is just like never happened. You'll probably might not see again.
Mhm.
Well, look, this is what the team
Mm.
competition at the games should be, and it should be used if they're thinking about removing the teams and just having individuals at the games, just have the teams be an all-star event and make it
Yeah.
and add and do this format and have more teams. And it would be awesome.
Mm.
I think, and then you would get to see the big name athletes compete in both. That's my
Yeah.
proposal.
If it was not part of the games.
Yeah, well, because that way, if it's not part of the games and you do it later on and you make it,
Yeah.
you kind of just make the team competition the the invitational now,
Mhm.
and it's an all-star event,
I think that's a great
and
idea.
it's all these big name athletes who can compete and make a little bit of money because that's what people want to watch anyway.
Yeah. Or
And
mm,
have at it, man. Make it like a 12 team event. That'd be awesome.
yeah.
And then you can make the affiliate cup something that you award during like the open based on like percentage of participate, something like that, where it's actually like everybody in your gym is actually involved in helping you get it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're like CrossFit right now and you're reeling and you're like, hey, why don't we partner with Wodapalooza and they host the Wodapalooza SoCal hosts the Invitational every year,
I mean, look, we know what the setting looks like
right?
in Miami. We know how iconic that is. You're going to be on the beach in Huntington Beach, California, on the beach under the lights. Like, how amazing is that?
Yeah, it doesn't get much better.
I'm sure I have an image of, I've seen floor plans. Like, I have an image of what it's going to look like in my head, but I know when we get there, it's going to blow it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've heard good things so far.
Awesome.
Like
Okay.
who knows what's going to happen with the games? But if they do move overseas, like this could be your
Yeah.
and like with Rogue going overseas, you're not sure where that could be. You know, obviously
Mm-hmm.
you have a Wodapalooza in the East Coast, and you have a big West Coast event like this.
All-star teams, get people involved. Like, I think Fit Fest was the same way. Athletes had a great time. This is not an event that is going to put them through the ringer.
And they're going back. The big names are going back. So.
Yeah, and more people I think are going to want to get involved. And you could almost make it like you can make it regionally based. You can make it for the teams. There's so many great things you could do.
Mm-hmm.
And ask any CrossFit fan, would you rather watch this or would you rather watch the teams of 4 that we've been seeing at the? And that's no offense to the teams of 4. They're all super fit, super talented.
Yeah.
Exciting competition. But I'm pretty sure most people are going to say, I want to see, Adler and Vellner on a team with Medeiros. I want to see that. I want to see him talk crap with Fikowski. Like, that's been fantastic. Like,
that has been amazing.
Awesome. And it really, I'm jazzed for this. So we will have nightly recaps from Huntington Beach, and we'll preview the day ahead as well. And I don't know, maybe we'll have some special guests every now and then. We'll do that.
Yeah, you'll be down here tomorrow.
I will be getting in about 3:45, and then that's probably like a 7-hour drive from LAX down there.
Oh, dude, we made that
traffic was wild.
We made that drive today, and
yeah, I know
she was like, well, I was kind of describing how like Northern California people refer to LA as just like the greater LA basin, like once you get past the Grapevine, like everything from
Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's like everything from like Malibu, Northridge across is like Palmdale pretty much is almost like that's all LA. And until you get past Orange County and you start going towards San Diego, that's all LA too.
Mm-hmm.
And we get onto the 405 and we're right by LAX, and it's just we're just pinned, right?
Yeah,
so bad.
And I'm just like, yep, this is what LA is to me.
Every hour of the day, man. Just like
I was like, everything is pretty awesome about California except for the traffic and the price.
Brutal. Yeah, possibly.
Oh.
Tommy today saying, yep, that's probably a $1.5 million trailer.
Because like there's like that mobile home park
Why so cheap?
Yeah, on the like right off the one in Malibu.
Yep. Oh
and
yeah.
And it's like, you're like, you ever looked at a 6-7-figure mobile home and you don't own the land?
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Enjoy that. All right. If you're going to be on site, come look for us. We'll have goodies to give away. Come say hi.
Good stuff.
It's going to be good. Yeah, I'll be hanging out during the like morning/day with the crew, and then during the evening I got to go call some CrossFit with Chase Ingram and the crew. So that'll be fun. You'll be able to watch it, I think, on Wodapalooza's YouTube channel. So that all the action for TYR Cup. Check their website, check their Instagram page for schedules and stuff like that. And again, we'll be with you throughout the weekend. Keep it if you don't follow us on Instagram, keep an eye on that because we'll have all kinds of good Instagram stuff and stuff on our YouTube and audio as well. So we got you covered. TYR Wodapalooza SoCal. It's gonna be awesome. Looking forward to it.
Do you guys have any quick PRs or no reps? Because
I'm gonna PR myself. I survived a 4-year-old's birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese today, so that was.
Oh my God! You do deserve a PR.
When I grew up, man, like it's a much different experience.
Dude, the animatronics from back in the day are like nightmare inducing.
Yeah,
It's why that game Five Nights at Freddy's exists.
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese actually came out. It's a dude in a suit, obviously, and he looks much more like svelte and
modernized
than sort of like stumbled out of the back alley Chuck E. Cheese that I had as a kid.
Yeah. I will say though, last year we went to a Chuck E. Cheese birthday party for someone in my wife's family, and I was like, it does feel like it's a little bit like, glammed up a little bit. And then uh, Charles Entertainment Cheese came out.
What?
That's what the E stands for.
Yeah.
Entertainment. You didn't know that?
No, I've
Yeah,
never been to Chuck E. Cheese.
yeah,
Oh,
Charles
come
Entertainment
on.
Cheese. My
Yeah,
my
I used to go to DZ, Discovery Zone. Did you guys have
Oh,
those?
Yeah,
I know what that
that's
is. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
my parents had a code word for it, so me and my brother wouldn't freak out. Each when we were little, they would call it like different versions of Charles and like a different type
Mm.
of cheese, like Charles cheddar
Oh,
or Charles.
that's
Yeah.
so funny.
But yeah,
Clever
but
parents.
he came out and they're like, "Happy birthday!" And as soon as like the girl whose birthday it was saw that like half stoned dude in a rat costume,
Oh, no.
she screamed bloody murder and hightailed it to the ball pit. And I was like, "Yep, still got it, still got it, Chuck."
They don't have a ball pit anymore. They have like a trampoline like thing.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
They've upgraded.
Yeah, they have.
wow.
Like it's a lot different than when I was a kid. No animatronics that are scaring the hell out of you. So yeah,
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese low key had decent pizza back in the
it
day.
wasn't bad. Like I had a
No,
pizza. It wasn't bad. It got the job
Yeah.
done.
yeah, it
Okay.
definitely got the job done. Yeah, that's a PR in itself. That deserves a
That
PR.
is.
What's your PR?
My PR is uh, NFL gambling because Sean's Los Angeles Rams are involved in a pinky bet for
Oh, this is good.
I hope you didn't bet on the Rams. They're gonna get annihilated.
no Big Cat.
Oh.
You and I are gonna be playing receiver for them soon.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Big Cat from Part of My Take every year has a pinky team bet.
Uh,
So he bets. It all started way back one year when the Texans got hot late in the season. They started
Yep.
like 1-6,
Yep.
and they made the playoffs. He bet. He was like, they started 0-2, and he bet that he would cut off the tip of his pinky if they won the Super Bowl. Because someone was like arguing that like 0-2 isn't like the end of the world. He's like, no, they're done. I can tell when a team can't win the Super Bowl. They're 0-2, and he bet it on the Texans, and then the Texans got hot
yeah.
and made it, I think, to the second round of the playoffs. It was probably like a Matt Schaub year back in the day. So every year now, he picks an 0-2 team as his pinky team. That if they win the Super Bowl, he will cut the tip of his finger off. So
All right.
he picked your Los Angeles Rams.
That's a safe bet. They might not even win. I don't know. They're terrible. They half their
Every
offense is hurt. Everyone is hurt. And it's like
everyone's hurt.
done. So hockey season. Lauren, you got PR?
My PR is to Tommy, Mr. and Mrs. Marquez,
Yeah.
and Tiff for the
Oh
hospitality
yeah.
and for showing me around, making me a home cooked meal. Tommy showing me the secret tri-tip place. Lot of good PRs in this
Fantastic.
journey.
All
Yeah.
right. Anybody got no rep?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, she got to come work.
Traffic.
She got traffic.
Yeah.
She got to
Early.
come work out at the gym.
Nice.
Did the
Tommy annihilated this workout, Sean.
That's
You
what
know
we
when we talk about like he's good at everything?
so stupid.
This goes in the bucket. So it started with and men and women's calories and meters were the same. 1,000-meter row. Tommy gets off the row. I still
First.
have like 200 meters to go. Into 50 wall balls, into
Oh,
25
come
calories
We're
on the
just
echo
warming
bike.
up now.
It
How's
was
warm up?
made for Tommy. Tommy
Oh,
does the
ew.
50 wall balls unbroken.
Unbroken.
He's done with the bike the entire workout when I'm still on my wall balls.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what he
It was,
does.
it was a groove pitch,
That is a groove pitch.
and my legs actually felt really good from
I
back
did
squatting.
like 120 wall balls the other day, and I am
Ooh.
still,
Basically Karen.
still sore. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to get that because knee. I haven't been doing much, so I'm trying to get that leg stamina back. It's slow. It's a slow process. All right, we'll be like I said with you throughout the entire weekend of TYR Wodapalooza SoCal. If you're on site, come find us. Got some goodies. And please say hi. We always love talking to people and enjoy the weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. Get to watch some cool, unique CrossFit competition. And I think it's
take a look.
going to be
Hold
a
on.
Uh-oh.
Tommy's going to give a tour.
Preview of the goodies. Woo, look at all them goodies. Emphasis on good.
We'll be given.
They're gooder than most.
Yep.
Awesome.
Gooders.
We got that. So anyway, thank you to our sponsors, Box Basics, who will be sponsoring a lot of our stuff from.
Oh yes, we'll be handing out gift cards from them for trivia.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Thirdsy, Both websites, shopboxbasics.com, thirdzy.com. Codes are the same. TEF. You'll save 20%.
Easy.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys in Huntington Beach. It's going to be an absolute blast.
Can't wait.
For Lauren Khalil and Tommy Marquez, I'm Sean Woodland. Take care of each other. Be better. We'll see you in SoCal.